Hello and welcome to Coming Into Being. Sending out my little message and then we'll get started. Grab yourself a cup of tea or water, have a seat, and let's get started. So again, coming into being, we're here for you to have that space to connect to yourself. And why is that so important? Because we cannot do anything properly unless we are fully with ourselves or as fully as we can be. It's always um, an unfoldment that keeps happening, and so providing the space because it's so easy to just get out of whack. We get busy with stuff. Something just shows up that seems out of nowhere, kind of thing, and so just to give you that time, that space to just chill and connect in. So that's what we're here for. And also just we're going through a lot of transitions, a lot of really big shifts in existence. And so it's nice to have that extra space, that extra time to take care of ourselves and be present and shift through whatever we need to shift through for ourselves. So here we go. So taking a nice deep breath in, holding it. Hey, Wisdom Happy's here, and feel free to stop by and say hi in the chat. You don't need to, but you're welcome to. It's always nice to see little faces out there instead of numbers. So anyway, so just take a nice deep breath in, hold it, and then just let it all out. And everything that came before this present moment, let it out with the breath. So and then come back into your breath and your breathing, and just notice what's going on for you, where you're at, and whatever it is, that's okay. That's so we don't need to change anything. We just need to be aware and present with ourselves, and that's it. So allowing that breath to just settle in and just kind of just noticing where you're at right now. How are you feeling? Is there agitation? Is there mental runaround? Is there, do you feel yourself? It's like, oh yeah, I'm really up here. Maybe I need to settle back down a little bit. Whatever it is. Love ripples. Hello, all you beautiful people. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Nice. Love ripples. We like that. Yes, that's very true. Um, so allowing yourself to just slow down and notice and be aware of yourself. Be aware of yourself and your environment. And I these are like basics, and we're just focusing on the basics here because that's the building block for everything else in for ourselves in our lives. So just be aware of what's around you and be present. So be aware of yourself being aware of. You look at the furniture, you look at the walls, you look at whatever you're looking at, and be aware of yourself looking at that object, that thing. Pulling, basically what that does is that really starts to pull your energy all back in to your body, to yourself, because a lot of times what happens for people is that we start thinking about something, and it's we're thinking about, oh, that conversation I had with that person earlier, and they're over there, and our energy starts just to pull away and float off in that direction, and we're not all present. So you can think about that, but it's like thinking, just being inside your body, being aware of the space you're in. It's like, oh yeah, that conversation that I had, and you're right here with yourself, as opposed to like floating off and dissipating off into wherever your energy's going, right? So coming into the breath, so the chest, becoming aware of your breath. And noticing if it's tight, if it's shallow, if it's comfortable, and letting it kind of relax down. Bring our awareness to ourselves. We kind of tend to just slow down and relax down, relax in, coming more present here and now, wherever that here and now is for you. Now is right now, and here is wherever you are in your little space, in your little environment. So becoming aware of your body again and more precisely. So focusing on the head. Notice the size of that head. And it's funny because we don't really think about we just kind of go on about our day, and all of a sudden it's like think my head about the head. It's like, whoa, okay, that why does that my head feel so big? Yeah, because you're all of a sudden aware of this volume that's there. So it's not that it's big, but it's that volume that you're becoming aware of. That volume of your head that is you. And kind of come into that awareness just kind of your skin on your so just focusing on the head area and just move around. There's your scalp and the skin. There's a lot of uh the the skin is porous, and then on the scalp there's hair, or there's the hair follicles. Even if you're bald and they're not alive anymore, but feeling that moving around, feeling your forehead, coming into your forehead. Mm. Your eyebrows, noticing your eyebrows. And when you notice your eyebrows, then it's like, oh, yeah, you're right there with your eyes, right? But you're just a little bit above, and how they come down, and maybe noticing from the eyebrows, just shifting down into that, down towards the eyes. So there's the eyelid. I was going to say pupil, but that's not the right word. Eyelid and the eyelashes. And becoming aware of your eyelashes, really just being aware of them. So kind of feeling, sensing them. Your lower lids, your lower right below, yeah. Moving to the side to the temples, becoming aware of your cheekbones. I find it a little easier to do that with my eyes closed. So, but eyes open, eyes closed is good is both ways, doing it both ways. But, and if it's a little challenging with your eyes open, like right now it is for me, just close your eyes for a minute, feel, so we're in the cheekbones, and then just open your eyes and stay in that awareness of your cheekbones. And shifting into that silence, that stillness. Let's move to the side of the head and the ears. Notice all those details of the ears. There's the earlobes. There's the ears have all these little fold on the cartilage and the skin. There's that where the ear attaches to the head, and there's the inner ear. See if you can have a sense just by become bringing your awareness into that area, which way your ears go in terms of the little tubes going in. Are they perfectly straight through? Probably not. Are they angled? Which way are they angled? Is one ear the same as the other? Is one ear going, they're going in both in the same direction and the same way or not, without putting your fingers in there. Do it with your awareness first, and then you can check with your ears to see if they're doing the same thing. They might be and they might not be. Feeling those earlobes. How thick are those earlobes? How big are they? And some people have very large earlobes, some people less. And where it attaches in the front, those little notches that are there in front of the whole the ears. And then right behind the ears, so there's that attachment. If you can feel that back there with your fingers, and there's a bone back there. There's the bone, the skull, and you feel it a little bit with your fingers, and then just put your hands down, and it's like, okay, let's feel that with our awareness. Be really aware of that. Be really present with that. And all the way to the back of the skull and the neck. Let's go into the vertebrae of the neck, right where the skull attaches, bringing our awareness back there. And then the whole neck, just the vertebrae of the neck. And then moving down, let's move down the spine. That awareness of the spine, the vertebrae of the spine as we move down between the shoulder blades, upper back, and then through the shoulder blades. The lower ribs. And then kind of more the waist area where there's all of a sudden there's no ribs anymore. There's just the vertebrae. And down, let's keep going down past the waist area to above the sacrum area, just above the hip sacrum area, and through into the sacrum and then the tailbone. So let's just keep our awareness on the spine for a little bit, becoming just really present with our spine. And our spines are very important. A lot of information goes through the spine. There's the nervous system, but there's also this flow of energy that goes through there, flow of life, that really impacts the whole rest of the body, because with the nervous system, that goes everywhere. So bring your awareness there and just feel into that spine, and kind of just keep your awareness there and keep seeing if you can go deeper and deeper with your awareness. Feel that flow of energy in that spine. And see if you get a sense of which way the energy is flowing through the spine. You might be feeling both. You might be feeling more up or more down than the other. It's kind of doing both, but What are you picking up on? Like activating that spinal flow. And so spinal flow, that's bringing up spinal fluid, which is that fluid that flows from the that's tapped into with cranial sacral. So with the between the head and the sacrum, and it does have its own flow, and that's great body work about tuning into that, and then if there's a pause in that flow, that spinal fluid, that's going to cause contractions in the body, in the skull, and being able to really feel that flow in the whole body, which is what cranial sacral is kind of focused on. So just the spine right now, just the spine, and feeling that, and maybe tuning into vertebrae in whatever wherever you're drawn to go. So it doesn't matter what area, if it's top, bottom, or middle, neck, just kind of picking a vertebrae. So just one area of the spine to go in deeper and lighting up that spine. Bringing a bringing our awareness to an area, of course, well, you all know this, but bears in mind to just repeat where you bring your awareness is where your energy is really gonna get your flow, energetic flow is really gonna get amped up wherever you are putting your awareness on your body. And also notice if there's one side of your spine that is flowing better than the other. It's like the just to the right of the spine, but like literally next to the vertebrae. So it's not really off to the side. It's there. There's the center where you've got all the bumps. Like if you feel that your bumps on on your neck, on your upper back, that's a center, and just to the right of that, and just to the left of that. Noticing it's like, well, both of those flows as um, Or how are they? Are they the same? Are they more tight? Is it tighter on one side or not? Which side is tighter? And I was kind of alluding more to the internal flow earlier, but there's a lot of flow, and there's also you can like there's the back side of the spine, so the part that is sticks out through the skin. There's, accessible from the back. There's also the internal parts of the front of the spine. So allowing yourself to kind of travel around there and noticing that front and back. Now it's just kind of becoming aware of that. And also noticing there's how is that flowing between the front and the back? Is it equal? Is it the same? Is it pulling more uh, internally or externally? Because that's going to make you be positioned differently. And maybe there's more tension internally with the spine because you're always kind of leaning forward and working on your computer on your desk or whatever. So allowing that to just relax out as we bring our awareness to that flow. Yeah. and coming in, let's come back, let's come down into the tailbone. And from the tailbone, letting our awareness drop down to just drop down into the core of the earth. That earth body that is our physical home, the big physical home we have. Dropping all the way down. Drop, 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 drop. There we go. Sliding in, gently sliding into that, yeah, connection. A little, yeah, you're not all there, so just keep focusing on core of the earth, dropping awareness to the core of the earth. There we go. And becoming aware of that, those frequencies coming back as soon as you connect in, you really start to feel that flow. People tend to think that they're grounded. That's come up before in sessions here, but they're actually not grounded. They're more grounded than where they are normally. But let's say this is you, this core of the earth, and so if you're up here, you come here and you feel grounded, but you're still not grounded into the earth, which is all the way down here. Same thing, you might drop down here. It's like, wow, that feels really grounded because you're used to being up here instead of being all the way down here. So, and for some people, that might feel like there's a little bit of kind of being pulled down. That means you're usually just kind of floating out here above in your head, and so it'll make you feel maybe shorter. Like that would happen when I was doing hands-on work with people. I'd have them get off the table at the end of the session and says, "Okay, just stand for a minute, feel yourself, feel your body." And then notice the floor, notice where you are. People, it's like, whoa, okay, it looks closer than what they're used to because they're more present in their body. So that was always fun. Yeah, and just allowing that flow from the earth to come back up into people. Let's clear up the people. So, so see if you can be in that awareness of your spine and awareness into the core of the earth. So being aware of both of those to really anchor that in and anchor yourself in. You've got a nice deep flow coming up through people. Very pure flow. And filling up the spine, and then that's filling up the body too. It's beautiful, kind of whitish, bluish, white light, whitish blue light. And let's just sit with that for a minute because it's very nice, very beautiful. It's very nourishing for us to be in that connection, in that deep connection. So it's like I'm seeing everybody's filling up with that whitish blue, bluish white light. It's a high level frequency level relative to the individual, kind of spirit level, if you want to look at it that way. And I just getting that infusion of essence. Just being, yeah, just being present with this, just being in that awareness of yourself. Be a little bit more aware of the spine to anchor you more, to just for a little anchoring and into and the core of the earth, for that connection to the earth, that grounding. Yeah. So really good for people who have spinal tension, spinal issues, but also just anything, just refreshing that body, giving it that juice that we really are made from and live from. This is what makes our lives. This is what creates us. So it's, yeah, very nice. And the whole field just being filled up, enhanced, activated, refreshed, however you want to put it, whatever terms you want to put it in. So it's kind of this. We're always there, and it's our awareness that isn't. It's that human side that isn't. And so this is all of those terms are relative to where the human is, and it's like refreshing that because by not being in that really present state for ourselves, we kind of create these it's like we create these layers that they're easy, they can be easy to shift out or they can be more difficult, but it's like they create these layers between our human level and this essence level, um, and we kind of forget about the essence level. We kind of lose that awareness of that aspect of ourselves, that level of ourselves. So really coming into that awareness. So those terms, because it becomes more present in our human awareness. And by becoming more present of that in our at the human level, then that helps to dissipate those layers that have come up. Those layers can be about all sorts of things. It can be just about uh, the role you have at work and the role you put on. You could call them identities, roles, or what personalities. There's a whole lot of different ways of referring to those, but the way you present yourself to the world, that's not that's like an image, that's a facade, um, a way of being in certain situations, but not in all situations, and a way of being that's just not naturally you, kind of thing. So um, that coming into that presence, becoming more aware of that flow, that connection, connecting in, just really bringing the essence to the forefront instead of all the other stuff. So that's the connecting into ourselves. That's the coming into our beings fully, more fully, more completely. Yeah, very nice. And without getting too heady about that, so coming into the spine again, let's bring that awareness a little bit more deeply into the spine because there's a little bit of more mental um, level coming through unintentionally. So bringing that awareness into the spine and lower sacrum. I'm sorry, lower spine and sacrum area, and then dropping back down into the towards the earth. Keeping that awareness on the sacrum is you can do that, and then just dropping also at the same time dropping down again to the core of the earth. So just renewing that awareness there. Yeah. And floating back down. There we go. Good. Dissipating the more heady stuff. You know, there's a lot of unlearning we need to do because we get more and more with these devices and stuff. You know, just the devices alone, just that phone alone. You know, even if you don't have a computer, just that phone alone. Um, you know, uh, it's unlearning that habit that is there for just about everybody, I think. And if it's not, and if you're on here and you think, "Yep, I'm good with that," and you're really in that place of just not having that phone around, great, excellent, good for you. It makes it easier to just come into your body. Not well. I take that back. That's one less piece. That's one less component that takes you out of your body. A lot of things can take us out of our bodies, but that one is particularly at the forefront for most people. And then it's not the device, but it's everything that we're connecting through with that. You know, and you'll see people. So watch when you're walking around and you see people on their phones. Uh, You can be on your phone, on your device, and be in your body. It's about being really in that awareness of your body and you. It's like instead of like being funneling all the way through whether your device to whoever you're talking to, through all that electronics, all the way through the ethers to that person. You're right here, and you're talking to that phone right here. So the difference is, you know, when when you really come into your body, you'll have a better sense of me, that space of separation between me and my device, and then the device. You know, and you see some people are just, are they in their body at all? It's like a question. Or is their energy even in their body? It's like totally funneled into wherever. And so, yeah, coming back into our spines, the spine and the back into that earth connection. Yeah, releasing. There we go. Yeah, very nice. Very nice session today. Just a very nice, deep connection, very, very nurturing. Okay. Um, I'll just flash on my little QR code if for anybody who cares to make a donation. Anybody who's watching now or later, as you watch after the live, welcome to make a donation. This is my work. This is how I make my earn my keep to some extent, but part of my journey. And you're welcome to do it. I call it value donation because it's about valuing both the work and yourself. Because by being here, it's like saying, I'm important. Connecting to myself is important. So that's what I like to say value. It's about the value of yourself, the value of the work, value of life, and bringing forth the best of yourself in life. And this is how we do it, by really connecting to ourselves and being in that deep communion with our essence and building that so that that comes more and more forward to the forefront in everything that we are and that we do. So there you have it. We're here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central European Time. So you're welcome to join us anytime, live or on the replay. And it's always nice to have people join in. So they're kind of just a gentle session today. And everybody's very nice and chill there. So very good. Thank you all for joining. Oh, I think Christmas Day might fall on a Wednesday. I have to check that. So we'll see about that because got family, as some of us do. So we'll check on that, and next time I will let it be known. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next time here or wherever we meet up in the ethers. All right,